A great duo has unlocked the Cleveland Cavaliers' potential as Kenny Atkinson continues to get the best out of the Cleveland Cavaliers roster. Hey everybody, Billy Beebe back with you on Cavs Digest discussing the 16-1 Cleveland Cavaliers as they continue to play great basketball. A lot of predictions made before the season, a lot of assessments made before the season, but so far, 17 games in, there is a duo making some noise for the Cavs. Maybe you noticed, maybe you haven't. It definitely has been noticed by the coaching staff and by the team, so we're going to jump into that. Also, an injury update for Max Strus. Spoiler alert, I was correct on the Max Strus injury. That 6 to 8 week bubble was always going to be a little bit longer and a little bit more than they thought it would be. But before we get things going, be sure to subscribe to Cavs Digest. Had some really great comments on our last video when I made a side comment and everybody kind of jumped in and left some notes about it. Said the 2016 Cavaliers had a lot of drama. 17, 18, 15, that whole stretch, that 4-year stretch, had a lot of drama, had a lot of issues. And I said it is more enjoyable for this squad because they seem to be a great group. I think that theory is going to be furthered in today's video. So that's why we ask you to subscribe, keep up. New things are always coming, new ideas and things people like. And as always, drop down in the comments. Today's another big one. What are we feeling is going on? And have you noticed what we're about to talk about? And what we are talking about today is the duo making some noise for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Not Mitchell and Atkinson. It is Mitchell and Mobley. Donovan Mitchell and Evan Mobley. We originally talked a lot about Garland and Donovan Mitchell, what they would do into this season, but it is identified by the players and it is identified by the coaching staff right now that this is the duo helping to unlock the Cleveland Cavaliers, help them be 15-0, 16-1, and on a nightly basis doing a lot of great things, mainly on the offensive end of the floor, but also on defense, and then the final part would be into the future. Right, we're not talking about just today, and I think that's what's great about the Cavaliers is they're a great team today. They're fun to watch today. They're a contender to watch today, and I could see them being all those things 4 years, 5 years from now. I think that's really, really great and really, really special for this group to be a team of now and a team of into the future because you look at a lot of teams and you could feel the urgency to win because guys are getting older and things are struggling. For the Cavaliers, of course, win now. Please win now. You do have older guys and veterans and money and things like that put out there. But, man, that Garland, Mobley, Okoro, other guys mixed in, that could be a 3 or 4 year thing, 5-year thing. So I'm really excited about that. But Evan Mobley playing really, really well this season. He really is. He's playing great basketball. He's gotten everything he's wanted out of the distributing, out of the defense. He's having big nights and then nights where he's just helping them win by doing what he regularly does. I hope by the end of the season I'd still like to see him get to 20 and 10. I think averaging a double-double is extremely hard, but I think he has that potential, especially if Jarrett Allen continues to kind of struggle with some health. Not major health, but nights off and things like that. But he seems newly motivated. He seems to have a great attitude right now, and I think that's really, really showing. Donovan Mitchell also just having another terrific year. I've said this many times on this channel. Enjoy it. You have a superstar doing superstar things on and off the court right now for the Cleveland Cavaliers, and I think that needs to continue. One of the other superstar things he's doing, as I said, is working with Evan Mobley. That 1-2 punch is really, really good right now. I said Mobley's having a great year. He's enjoyable to watch. His presence is felt on the floor. The stats are showing it. But Kenny Atkinson has noticed more and more what the duo of Mitchell and Mobley is on and off the court.
So we talk a lot about what Donovan has done on and off the ball this year. Where has he impressed you most when it comes to his on-court leadership?
I think a little bit, probably he's kind of the Evan whisperer and the coach whisperer. Like, he helps me. Right? We ran something today in the game, and they were doing something particular on defense, and he said, "Why don't we try this?" And I hadn't thought about it. So he's just like a step ahead, and he helps me. I know he helps, Evan. Evan's still a young, developing player, and it's important when your leader, he's not just thinking about himself. He's thinking about, how can I help this team? How can I help my teammate? How can I help my head coach?
So as we predicted, the Kenny Atkinson era was going to involve a lot of things with Evan Mobley and developing Evan Mobley. That was before the job, and now into the job. Donovan Mitchell is an extension of the coach, not just on the floor and on the offense. He is helping Evan Mobley develop on the side, and that was confirmed by Mobley too.
Yeah, it's just a little bit different dynamic. Don's out there and me out there. We got a little two-man game going. I feel like it's pretty good. We got to get a little better with it, but I feel like that's pretty good. So me and him as scoring options, and then guys around us like Sam and other shooters, it just makes life easier.
They have a synergy, and like I said, it's a little bit, Don kind of know where to put the chess pieces when we do have that lineup out there together. So I think that's a big help. And with Evan, he's not just a strict roller, so he can pop sometimes. So that gives Don more space to drive it. So it's been I think it's been our best net rating duo, like off the charts. So we'll continue to play those two together a lot.
I feel like it's pretty similar. I mean, a lot of the same plays, same actions. It's just me and Don instead of me and Darius.
Great stuff there from Kenny Atkinson and Evan Mobley, kind of reaffirming that duo and what these two guys are doing right now, and on and off the court, the difference they're making for the Cleveland Cavaliers to be 16-1. Did you think Darius Garland and Mitchell would be the duo to watch this season? Because I kind of did. I knew Mobley would have a step up, but to have the coach and players think that Mitchell and Mobley is the duo is kind of surprising. So drop down in the comments. Let me know what you think about that. It has been quite the duo so far. It'll hopefully be into the future. Last thing I want to hit on before we go, Atkinson also said in that same press conference, Max Strus is progressing but still not there yet. Like I said, and I was correct on this, NBA injuries, you have to add such and such amount to however long it is. So if they're out a month, I usually add another month. If they're out 4 weeks, I usually add another 2 to 4 weeks. It's just how it is. They try to be positive in the beginning, but guys do different things. I mean, and they want to make sure they're good for the long haul. That's the other thing. It's not like the playoffs where if they can go, they'll go because it's one game and it can make a difference. For the NBA season, they need to make sure Max Strus is ready to go and good for the rest of the year. So that original 6 to 8 weeks now becomes 2 months for Max Strus. Thankfully, the Cavaliers are playing okay without him. Right, that's the big thing. And again, I think that goes back to Kenny Atkinson getting the most out of this roster. So, drop down into the comments. What do you think about the duo we discussed of Mitchell and Mobley? Was this surprising to you that these are the two guys flooring the Cavaliers, making them, unlocking them, right? That was the term we're using, unlocking the Cavaliers this season. Did that surprise you? Who did you think it would be? Or if it didn't surprise you, what have you liked most and why did you think that would happen? And be sure to subscribe to Cavs Digest.